Hi guys, it's Kaylee from Eat Plants Live Well. Just a quick video today on why I don't eat bread and why I don't recommend bread if you're interested in weight loss. The reason why I don't recommend bread, and I don't eat bread very often myself, maybe 2 or 3 times a year, is that bread is very calorically dense, but not very nutrient dense. So it's kind of the opposite of fruit and vegetables as far as the raw vegan diet that I follow and have been following for a couple of years, is that it has very high amount of calories and not very many nutrients, versus fruit and vegetables have very high amount of nutrients and not very many calories. Vegetables are only about 100 calories a pound and fruit is about 300 calories a pound. Some are, I think, more closer to 400 calories a pound. So bread being 1,200 or 1,500 calories a pound, excuse me, is just not a great deal. It's not the way you want to go as far as if you want to lose weight or if you want to increase the nutrient density of your diet. It's not a great idea to put bread into your diet as a normal staple. Now, of course, you know, once in a while you can have bread, but as far as a long-term staple of your diet, you really should be not having any bread at all. What you should be doing is mostly fruit, mostly vegetables, and then of course if you want to throw in some rice and beans, those are about 500 calories per pound, and potatoes, and those are also okay too. Those are easier for you to understand how many calories you've eaten. They fill up your stomach quicker, so you feel full. Unlike bread and ice cream, they just don't fill your stomach, so you don't feel full, and it's just too easy to overeat. So I used to love bread, and I didn't think that I could possibly ever give up bread. In fact, as a new vegan, new vegetarian, that's what a lot of people go to, is bread, because a lot of times that's sometimes the only thing that you can eat when you go out to certain restaurants, or at least it used to be that way. It's getting better now. So that's the key, is that to make sure that you understand, even though if you're eating bread now, or if you crave bread, or you love bread like I used to love bread, it's actually not that difficult to give up. You just have to replace it with some healthier options in your diet. And I know that sounds kind of simplistic and easy to do, from my vantage point of having done that. But at the same time, make sure that you're eating enough calories of the things that you should be eating, which is fruits and vegetables. And then if you want to add some cooked foods in, you would add, some potatoes, some rice, and some beans. And make sure and fill up on those items that are really nutrient dense and not calorically dense. So I'm going to show you a video right now from Dr. Alan Goldhamer, and he founded the TrueNorth Health Center in Santa Rosa, California. And he also did a presentation, which I just loved, and I watched it several times, about why you should not be eating bread or ice cream, but really should be going to fruits, vegetables, and rice, beans, and potatoes as far as the staples of your diet. So great video, take a look at it, and hopefully it'll help you on your journey to maybe give up bread and eat more of the nutrient-dense foods that we should all be eating. All right?
The way this works with food is based on caloric density. The higher the caloric density, the more your brain rewards you with dopamine. Now, why would that be? Why would your brain be so concerned about how many calories per volume? Exactly, survival. In the natural setting, the people that figured out which were the most valuable foods, which is the most calorically dense foods, live to reproduce. Those people that like salad, forget about it. They're long since gone. No, your ancestors were the ones that wanted the most concentrated calories they could get their hand on and pushed everybody else out of the way. They were the few survivors. Salad, for example, has 100 calories a pound. You need 2,000 calories a day to survive on average. How many pounds of salad would you have to eat to survive? Yeah, like 20 pounds. Can you eat 20 pounds of salad a day? If you started at 6 a.m. and you went to midnight, could you choke it down? I don't think so. And do you think your brain is stupid? You think it doesn't know that? Yeah, it looks at salad and says, okay, salad, it's food. Fine, if there's nothing else, I'll eat it, but I'm not going to be happy about it. I'm certainly not getting excited about it. I can't live on this stuff. There's not enough caloric density to live exclusively on salad material. What about fruit? Now that has 300 calories a pound. And fruit looks better, it tastes better. Why does fruit taste better to us than salad? It has sugar, therefore it is a higher caloric density, has 300 calories a pound instead of 100, 3 times the caloric density, therefore it results in the production of more dopamine. So when you eat a mouthful of fruit, you only need 7 pounds of fruit a day. Your brain says, oh, okay, we could live on that. Better than the salad. If we look at things like potatoes, rice, and beans, they have 500 calories a pound. You only need 4 pounds of potatoes, rice, and beans to survive. If you're hungry, believe me, your brain's going to say, eat the potatoes, rice, and beans. What if we came up with something, though, just theoretical, that had 1,200 1,500 calories a pound. Do you think your brain would like that? Would it stimulate some dopamine and make you feel good? And what if we called that food ice cream? Introduced it in the World's Fair and to rave reviews. Interesting substance. If you take this substance and you warm it to room temperature, the term that's used to describe it is sickly sweet. Because it tastes so sweet when it's at room temperature, liquid, that it makes you feel kind of sick. Now, how much more sugar does it have when it's warmed up than when it's cold? It's the same. Well, how come it tastes so good when it's cold, but it tastes sickly sweet when it's warm? It's because you're not designed to detect sugar in something artificially cold like ice cream. And as a consequence, your taste buds you have to supersaturate ice cream in order to make it attractive. When you warm it up, you can actually taste what's there. And it makes you just as sick when it's cold, you just don't know it because you're bypassing the normal filtration mechanisms of the human being's techniques for determining what's good or what's not good. In fact, your body is such an exquisite energy detecting device. If you get like a blindfolded person, you give them a mouthful of the Diet Delight ice cream and you give them the super premium Haagen-Dazs chocolate chip, do you think they can tell the difference? Yeah, no matter how hard they work chemically trying to manipulate you, the fact is your brain is really good at detecting the most calorically dense substances available. Okay, what if we came up with another food that had 1,500 calories per pound, a higher caloric density even than ice cream? Do you think your brain would like it? Yeah. Let's see, have you ever seen this before? You ever seen this stuff? It's called bread. It's often like hard on the outside, soft on the inside. This has 1,500 calories per pound. Higher caloric density than ice cream because of the dehydrated nature of taking a grain, grinding it into a flour, baking it at high temperature. And that's before you turn it into a butter boat, where you put coagulated cow pus all over it. Just the bread. Have you ever been into have you ever been into a restaurant and they have a basket of it out on the table? And it's got like a napkin over it and it's steaming and your brain smells it and of course your dopamine circuits start going off because you're thinking, oh my God, there's something with 1,500 calories a pound. And you eat a piece or two or three, don't you? And pretty soon, what do you notice? It's all gone. The bread is all gone. And so what do? You open up the napkin, you push it over to the edge of the table and wait for the waiter to come by. And you wait and you wait. And of course you're thinking, does this guy want a tip or not? Finally, the waiter shows up, looks at the empty basket and says, oh, did you want some more bread? And you have to look over and act like you didn't know it was empty and go, oh, sure, why not? And he brings you some more bread. Do you ever go into the same restaurant and instead of shoving the bread in, say, excuse me, waiter, could you please bring me 3 large baked potatoes? I'd like to eat those before I order my dinner. Do you do that? Do you eat 3 large baked potatoes before you order your dinner? Why don't you eat 3 large baked potatoes before you order your dinner? You'd be too full. Because 3 large baked potatoes will fill mechanically a human stomach full. It's about 500 to 600 calories. That's as much as you can shove in. But bread, because it's got 1,500 calories per pound, it only takes about 1/3 of the stomach with the same amount of calories. So you can eat your 500 calories worth of bread and have plenty of room left for the greasy, slimy, dead, decaying flesh and desserts and alcohol and God knows whatever else they're going to serve you at that restaurant. So what do you think you're getting fat on? Eating bread or eating things like potatoes? Bread. Yeah.
All right, guys. Hope you liked the video. I hope you liked Dr. Alan Goldhamer. He's got kind of a great sense of humor. He's several videos on YouTube, but I'll put the link to the video down below so you can watch the full video if you want. That was just a section of, I think, an hour and 20-minute talk. So go ahead and take a look at the link below and subscribe if you're interested in seeing more videos, and click the like button if you like this video or learned something from it, or hopefully you can come away with something as far as a way to decrease the amount of bread that you're eating and increase the amount of fruits and vegetables. All right, so as always, eat plants, live well, and thanks for watching.